Hello and welcome back to another episode of Stu's Reviews. I've reviewed quite a lot of electric scooters, but the problem with them is that they are currently illegal in the UK as of September 2019. So I think it's important that I investigate other forms of electric transport. So today I'm super excited to take a look at the flagship bike by Analog Motion, the AM1. Touted as the e-bike without compromise, this electric assisted bike takes its inspiration from track bike geometry. It truly is one of the nicest looking electric bikes I've seen. The battery is removable and delivers 20 miles of assisted range, more than enough for your regular commute. It powers a 200 watt motor that can assist you with up to 25 km per hour without breaking a sweat, and it also provides added electronic braking. On the Plus model, this is all controlled through an LCD unit on the bars that delivers up to 5 assisted levels. The appearance is exceptional, and it really seems like they've gone into many tiny details to make this bike look great, and nothing like a traditional electric assisted bike. It wasn't just getting the bike in the post, getting it out of the box, jumping on it and riding down the road. And that's because this bike came in pieces when it arrived. Not broken pieces, just unassembled. So let me talk to you about how I found the whole process. Admittedly, although I knew it was going to arrive unassembled, I didn't realise how unassembled it would be. To my shock, pretty much everything had to be assembled. A massively daunting task for someone like myself who isn't mechanically minded at all. I mean, even the brakes had to be assembled. I will say this though, everything you could and would need to set it up, Analog Motion provide. There is a handy bag of tools with everything you need in it, and there's also some great instructions that you can follow step by step along with little pictures. Following these steps were simple and straightforward enough, and the tools they provide made the process simple even for a dunce like myself. My only concern here is that, not being mechanically minded, I'm constantly stressing that I've over-tightened or under-tightened something. So if you have no experience with this kind of thing, you may want a bike shop to just do a final health check after assembly. Now I know what you're thinking. What is that beautiful, slender frame beast doing right next to me? And that is the AM1 Plus. I'm here in Cardiff Bay to give it a test and show you exactly how it performs in a real world scenario. The second thing you're probably wondering is, why the hell am I wearing this? Well, apparently this is Stu's Reviews green, and Sam and Ash, the guys behind the camera, have made me wear this. Isn't that right?
Yep. You look great, boss. Yep. Look great.
Look great. Yeah. It's probably far too windy for you to hear me, so I might just have to narrate over this my thoughts. Immediately I was blown away with how fast I can ride with the assist on full. It is good, it really is. It's actually borderline scary. I mean, that is a strong headwind and I'm doing 26 kilometers an hour into it and I'm not breaking a sweat. I'm not as fast a rider as I used to be. This, however, immediately gave me the illusion I was back in full health. It took me a few minutes to get used to the significant speed I was going at with such ease, but when finally acclimatised, that's when the fun really started. It was so refreshing to be able to ride this fast without burning sensations in your legs or breathing so hard your insides become your outsides. Being only 14 kilograms in total with all the motors and battery, it makes it a super smooth ride. But there were 3 things that I found could be worth consideration. Firstly, the design of the hubs. They look great, but they're super deep, meaning when heavy crosswinds came, it would buffet the bike about, making the ride a little bit less stable and more unpredictable. Fine if you're going a bit slower or riding in a sheltered area, but riding out on the barrage like this, you could really feel the effects of the wind. Secondly, the brakes work good, but I would have loved some hydraulic ones included in the package. Yes, okay, that would take considerable amount more setup, but hydraulic brakes make a huge difference, and when going at this speed, you want to know that you're going to be able to stop quickly. Lastly, the size. Analog Motion offer two sizes, small, medium and medium large, with this being the largest frame at 55 centimeters. This is pretty normal for a larger bike, but I'm super tall at 6'8", so being 2 meters high meant it was a little bit on the smaller side. Those things aside, I can't fault how easy and intuitive the electric assist is to use, and it seems to mould to your performance like a memory foam pillow.
Right, now that that is done, general test out of the way, you know my overall thoughts on how this performs. It's now time to do a time trial to see how quick I can get to one side of Cardiff Bay Barrage to the other side of the bay, one with the assist on and one without. So let's give this a go.
The bike will have a top speed because of the fact it doesn't have gears, so this test is about seeing how much the assist helps keep the bike near its top speed. The time distance is approximately 2/3 of a mile, starting at one side of the barrage and finishing at the other end where Ash is waiting with a timer.
2, 1, hit that watch.
Oh my god!
Good luck, Stu.
Right, getting up to speed. Right, I'm hitting about 34 miles per hour now. Oh, I can feel my legs burning. Jesus Christ. It's a terrible idea. That is my lung coming up. What did I do?
Alright.
What time?
1:27.
1:27:28. Take a screenshot of that. 1:27:28. Right, I'm going to go over there, have a little break, and see how fast I can do it with the assist on. I'm so unhealthy. I've caught my breath back, and now I'm going to try the exact same journey. However, I'm going to do it with assist on full and use the throttle to start off as well, and we'll see if I get faster than, what was it, 1:27?
Yep.
We'll see how fast I go.
Okay, ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1. Go, Stu.
Pretty easy to start off on that one. Already I'm at speed. I hit 31 and I'm like only just set off. I mean, I'm lightly pressing the pedals here. I'm hitting 35 now constantly. I'm using significantly less energy than I was earlier. And I'm going faster than the speed that I did earlier. Very nice. Still a little bit out of breath. I think that's all the whiskey and the roast dinners. Roast dinner. Now we're doing it. What are we talking? Wow, so what's that? 3 seconds faster.
Well done. That's quick math.
Yeah. It's not massively quicker, but it is quicker.
Let's talk about models and costs. So the AM1 Plus, which I'm reviewing, costs £1,199, which is a lot of money, and there's no two ways about it. But let's put that aside and look at the facts. You can get an electric bike for cheaper. I'd say in around the £600 to £700 range. But those bikes are typically much heavier, ugly as hell, and you can't replace things like batteries and stuff. The AM1 and the AM1 Plus, for that matter, look fantastic. They do not look like an electric bike, and the fact you can whip your batteries on and off, have multiple batteries, replace them, and it's really, really light, makes it an absolute beast over something that you'd pay £700 for. So yes, it's a lot of money, but I can totally see the difference for the price. That's what I would say. As usual, I'll leave a link in the description below so you can check it out for yourselves. The night after doing the time trials, the conclusions we came to were bothering me. 3 seconds faster. It's not massively quicker. What was the point if it was only a few seconds faster than before? Is it really worth all that money to get somewhere just a couple of minutes quicker overall? And then it suddenly dawned on me. This bike is not about speed, although without a doubt it is quick. This bike isn't about having the most expensive parts either, because the parts are just good and solid. The AM1 instead is about making it easier to ride from A to B whilst in a full suit in 30-degree heat without so much as breaking a sweat. I was going to leave this out, but it proves the point. Here I am using a walkie-talkie to talk to the camera crew in the car whilst riding 25 km/h up a hill in a suit without being so much as slightly out of breath. This bike may be expensive, may not go as fast as a fully geared bike, and may not be made from the most premium parts, but what it does do, it gets right. This in my eyes is the most perfect commuter's bike. Simple, easy to use, and doesn't look like a traditional electric bike that we're used to. If this is the future of electric bikes, then Analog Motion have got a very bright future in this industry indeed, because the AM1 was simply brilliant. If you liked today's video, you've got to say a massive thanks to all my current patrons, because without them I couldn't do the stuff that you've seen today, like dragging a bike down an abandoned railway tunnel and using floodlights and smoke machines, because that stuff is only made possible by them. So if you want to see more stuff like this, I would implore you to support me over on Patreon, because every penny goes back into making cool stuff like this, and hopefully the stuff that you want to watch. So a massive thanks in advance for supporting me over on there. Other than that, if you liked today's video, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. I'll see you back for another episode of Stu's Reviews soon. Before you go, consider supporting me on my Patreon page by clicking here. It'll give you some great discounts on stuff I've reviewed and helps me to continue doing reviews. If you want to see some fun stuff, click here to see the highlights of Stu's Reviews. And, as a friendly reminder, click this button to subscribe.